Welcome to Applications of the Normal Distribution, the final video in the HSC course. So these are the formulas that we've learnt, or the Z-scores that we looked at, whether it be the approximations or the table. So reminder, for a normal distribution, if we want to calculate a Z-score, it's x minus the mean over the standard deviation. That's on your formula sheet. Also on your formula sheet, you say that approximately 68% of the scores lie between -1 and 1 standard deviation, 95% lie between -2 and 2, and 99.7 lie between -3 and 3. That corresponds to the standard maths course. For the advanced course, you might be asked to use the decimals. And these are in the table. So you can see from here we have everything from 0. So this is calculations that a Z-score is less than a particular value. And it goes from 0 all the way up to 3.9, which is pretty much, you can see at 3.9 it's 1 point and then 4 zeros. So that's pretty much the full range. So here's an example, just one example for this. So it's similar to one that's appeared in the HSC, just so that we can see the level that it's getting to with advanced maths. So we've got a random variable is normally distributed with a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. So that's using the table and how that's actually calculated with the probabilities. And then we take that to then work out a question that they have supplied. So it's saying that the heights of adults form a normal distribution with a mean of 178 centimeters and a standard deviation of 7.6 centimeters. The table gives a probability that this random variable lies below the Z-score. So in a group of 700 adults, how many would you expect or would be expected to be taller than 187.12? Now, in the HSC, this was a 4-mark question, so that means there's a lot that's going on. So let's look at this step by step. So we've got a mean of 178, standard deviation of 7.6, and before we can use a table, we've got to convert that score of 187.12 into a Z-score. So 187.12 minus the 178, which is your mean, over 7.6, that gives you a Z-score of 1.2. So we can use our table of values to find what 1.2 is, and you can see that's 0.8849. So that means that the probability that it lies below 187.12 would be 0.8849. So the Z-score of 1.2, if we want to find out the score greater than 187.12, that's equivalent to a Z-score greater than 1.2, which using the table is 1 minus the probability that it's less than 1.2. And 1 minus 0.8849 is 0.1151. So that would be potentially, I guess, your second and third marks there. So therefore, out of the 700 adults, how many would be expected to be taller than that? Well, 0.1151, if we times that by 700, that gives us 80.57. So therefore, it's expected that around 80 adults are taller than 187.12. So finally, this being the last video in the HSC course, a big shout out to all the students who've been part of this journey. Ruby, who started back when in year 7, to the group of students who started in year 8, Tom B, Amelia, Daniel, Lewis, Ryan, Samantha, Grace, Tom P, Zenny, and Zoe, to those who've been part of the HSC course for the 2 years, Josh, Zoe, Bailey, Ethan, Harry, Ellie, Sky, Munya, Meg, Michael, and James, and plenty of others who've actually been part of the journey along the way. Thank you.